notepad, the little black little pocketbook somewhere. I just fucking put it down somewhere, and then I wasn't ready, and I can't. And then we'll play this. Did you find it? Oh, you found it! Yeah, you found it.
Young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers?
Hello, Top Secret Comedy Club. Oh, thank you for being so patient. Make some noise for Mark Rothman. I love Mark so much, a wonderful host. Oh, he's one of my best friends. He's so kind to me. Listen, I need to tell you now, I'm not going to be funny today. Okay, we're not doing any jokes. But don't be fooled by... There aren't any in there. I'm very sad, and I thought, actually, I'll just talk about it, and that's what I wanted to do. Can you stop? I don't know. Stop, please. And one of the reasons I have to tell you the backstory, because basically, I'm 42 years old, right, and I should be really rich and famous, and I'm the same age as Beyonce, and I've been working in comedy for a long time, and I've really broken down doors that other people walk through, and that's what happens when you're a pioneer. Ask Van Gogh, he knows. That's why he cut off his own ear, because he went mad, because no one saw what he saw at the time, but he saw it and nobody else saw it, and then when he died, I said, oh, everybody fucking wants to see Van Gogh. Well, that's... You'll laugh at me like, oh, she's mad. Good, that's what they said about Van Gogh. So the reason I'm sad is because, basically, I was living in Birmingham, which would make anybody depressed. And I was living there, and the reason I moved there is because I thought I'd do really well in my career, and I peaked, and it didn't quite happen, different things happened, and so I've left my house in Birmingham, and I'm in between places, and I moved in with somebody that's quite old, and they're a family member, and they're really sweet, they can be really kind, but they're an alcoholic. And I don't know if you've lived with an alcoholic before. This is good, you're not meant to laugh, so this is good. I don't know if you've lived with an alcoholic before, but it's really fucking difficult to live with somebody that's so fucking hot and cold, because one minute they're nice to you, the next minute they fucking turn, and it can be so fucking horrible walking on eggshells. And what's happened is that I've ended up absorbing their fucking shit because I get the fucking brunt of it, and then I feel like shit, and then I'm angry, and I always thought, like, I want to be really rich and famous, like, why isn't it happening, and then I'm trying to deal with this situation. The other day I got on the train, and I was trying to get off, and a girl came on, and she was pushing into me, and I went, do you want to let me get off the train? And she went, oh, some people are so rude, aren't they? I went, yeah, fucking motherfuckers that get on the fucking train when people are trying to get off. That's so fucking rude, you stupid. And I stopped myself, and I was like, oh, you're not ready to be famous yet. Like, at all. And it annoys me because here's the thing, my talent is ready, but because of external circumstances, you're fucking me, and so you're fucking my natural order, because natural order should be I should be rich and famous, but I haven't got the money or the means or the fucking support, and I'm living with an alcoholic, and you try and fucking be breezy and when you're living with an alcoholic, like, it's fucking hard. It's actually really fucking hard. The irony being, like, well, now I want to fucking drink, you dickhead, but, like, you can't. Anyway, and then you look at the world, and the world's on fire, right? And I know there's lots of sensitivity to talk about the world issues right now, and if you look at Israel-Palestine, there's lots of sensitivity about it, and so many people are in so much fucking pain, and all you're seeing is these horrific images, and I don't think anybody is safer. Palestinians aren't safer, hostages aren't safer, Jewish people aren't safer. In fact, you're creating more fucking turmoil for all communities everywhere, because look at us, look how beautiful we are. We're all fucking mixed, and that's how it should be. And yet you're causing all this devastation, and in whose fucking name, for what? And I know there's more good than horror out there, but you're seeing this stuff posted online, and I'm seeing it intermittently with other fucking, like, shit, like, in between comedy reels and fucking how to make a cake and how to contour properly, and you're like, this is fucking with my fucking head. Like, and I'm trying to be cool and be like, just be desensitized, don't worry about it. But, like, it's really fucking hard to be desensitized when you're like, oh, Huda Beauty blurring foundation has got really cheap packaging. Here's a child's foot blown off. Like, it's really fucking hard to be cool, right? And then I was like, oh, this is fucking too much for me, and I can't, how does anybody, and I'm not even in it, right? But you're just watching this stuff, this is the world that we're in. And so I was like, I need to get out of here. I was like, you're living in a country like the UK, it's so politically and morally bankrupt. I was like, I need to leave this country. So I went to America, right? Because I thought, I'd be like, well, at least that's not my country, at least that's your country being batshit, not my country being batshit. And I was ready to have a go at them and be all like fucking feminist because I went to Texas, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking have a go at you with your fucking women's rights and your fucking like I was ready to be like ban guns and whatever. But then I had some pulled pork. And it was the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. And I found myself so easily led, and I was like, I'll carry it to full term, mate, whatever you want, just fucking feed me this every day and I'll eat it. And then I'm back in the UK, and I'm thinking about all the freedoms that we have in the UK, but yeah, we have freedom, but we've got what? Cottage pie, who? And it's what's the cost of freedom? Does there come a point in life that you're like, I'll just fucking take the pulled pork, mate, fucking have my rights? I wish you'd stop laughing, because this isn't... But my point is that all these images online all the time with all these fucking different things where we're talking about one thing and the other, and they're so extreme, but we're talking about it in the same fucking sentence. I feel like it's damaging our frontal lobe, not areola, what's it called? It's damaging the frontal lobe cortex. It's damaging it. And it's damaging mine. I'm 42, so you look at all these young kids today. Young kids haven't got a chance, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing violent acts from these young children that are doing life-changing acts that are ruining their lives and those around them. And for what? And I think it's because they've descended. Because do you remember that Jamie Bolger case? Do you remember Jamie Bolger, was it? And they blamed the video games. They said it was the video games that's causing it. What do we think this is fucking doing? We're becoming thingy. No. Just everywhere you look, you're like, what do you believe? Who do you believe and what do you believe and what can you trust? Because if we're mistrusting our own reality, and then everything's lying to us, like my washing machine says it's got a minute left. And 7 minutes later, it's still... And I'm like, well, what's happened? This is and then maybe it's not affecting you, but it's affecting me because I'm like, well, the fucking news and the Instagram, and then you go to America and you come back and then you go home and you're like, well, I'm safe at home, and then even your washing machine is everything's just not quite, what do you trust anymore, Who do you trust? And it's fine, if I had a boyfriend and I was in love, it'd be fine, I wouldn't care about any of this shit because I'd be so busy sucking dick that I'd be like, oh, I'm so in love. I've got all the oxytocin, don't worry about it. And that's why they tell you to get married, because they're like, don't worry about it, while they're busy being like, don't worry about it. Have some cunnilingus, you'll be fine. But when you don't have cunnilingus for a long time, you start to notice what's happening. You start paying attention, don't you? And it's interesting because when men don't get ahead for a long time, when men don't get blowjobs for a long time, they start shooting up a school, don't they? Whereas when women don't have sex for a long time, we just start gardening, it's very different. Anyway, so I was thinking about all these things today, and I was thinking about all these things, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I feel so dysregulated. I was like, I think I just need to get some mac and cheese. That will make me feel better. And so I was like, I've seen recently on TikTok, Harrods do a really good mac and cheese with roast chicken. So I was like, I'm going to go to Harrods and get a mac and cheese. It was a 45-minute journey, and I didn't eat breakfast or lunch so that I'd really enjoy it. And so then, not because I was like, because I fucking love food, but I mean in terms of like, I'll really like enjoy it. And so I did the 45-minute journey to Harrods, and I'm thinking all this stuff, and I'm like, just get the mac and cheese. I go, how lucky are you? You just get mac and cheese, and you'll feel better. And then I went to the counter, and she said, I know it's a light, but I've still got time. I'm doing work. I'm not getting off yet. So don't rush me with your light. Don't rush me with your light. Turn it off, please. Thank you. So then I go to the queue and I say, oh, can I have some chicken, please, and some mac and cheese? And she says, oh, we've run out of chicken. It's 17 minutes for chicken. Would you like to wait for the chicken? And I was like, well, I've got nowhere else to be, so sure. So I was going to wait 17 minutes for the chicken, and I was like, well, I'll walk around Harrods whilst I'm here. It's a very expensive shop, and I'm thinking this is where I should shop at this age. Like, this is where I should be able to shop at this age. And then I went to the luggage section, and they had a suitcase for like £2,300. Who needs a suitcase for £2,300? And I was like, well, maybe you should stop limiting with yourself with your own beliefs. Maybe it's you. So I was like, manifest. So then I went to the mirror with my suitcase that was £2,300. I took a selfie of myself with this £2,300 suitcase to like manifest. And then I waited 18 minutes. She said 17, but I didn't want to be too keen. So I waited 18. I set an alarm, and I went back to the counter, and she was like, oh, sorry, all the chicken is gone. I said, what do you mean all the chicken is gone? And she went, sorry, people came straight away and they took all the chicken. I said, but I've been waiting 17 minutes for chicken, like 18 minutes. You told me to go away and you come back for chicken. Like, you told me to go away and then to come back for the chicken. And she was like, I'm sorry, it's gone. And I swear to God, if I had a gun in my pocket, and then she got a chicken out the oven. She said, I've managed to find a little chicken. You're going to have some chicken. And I nearly started crying. And I was like, I'm sorry, thank you. I was just very hungry. I think I was very hungry. She was like, I know. And I don't like what the world's turning me into, because I would have never have gone to that before. And now I'm going to that. And I think it's because, I think there's lots of reasons that we're all that. But we have to hold on to the fact that don't go to that. Don't become that. Don't become that. And I was thinking just like about situationships and stuff, and because I've not been in a relationship and I got out my last one. And I'm glad I got out my last one, because when you're in it, you think, how will I ever leave? And then you do eventually leave, and you look back and you go, oh, thank fuck I'm not in that anymore, right? And then you think, like, why do I keep picking the horrible ones? Why do I keep picking the situations that are not healthy? Why do I keep putting myself in situations where it's fucking just feels rotten and horrible? And then you remember that bugs are only attracted to the light. So ladies and gentlemen, this club is my favourite club in the world, but tomorrow I'm playing a different one. I'm doing a work in progress. I've got an idea. It's a show at 6:15 at Angel at the Bill Murray. It's like a tenner to get in, but it's a work in progress show. It's a 75-minute show. It's a concept idea I've got called God is a Woman the Musical. I can't sing and I can't play music, but like, trust me, I really think I'm onto a fucking winner with this one. My name's Louisa Omilan. You've been beautiful. Thank you for listening. Big love. Thank you.